everyone, welcome to the Malindy kitchen. Today we're going to do a demonstration on our unicorn poop bath bomb.
Diamonds!
Yes, so it's a diamond shape, and the hottest new craze right now is having toys inside of the bath bombs. So we're going to talk through the differences between an at-home bomb versus a professionally made bomb. So the things that you're going to need for this...
I did that.
Yeah, I know you did. So the things that you're going to need for this are going to be measuring cups, measuring spoons, coconut oil, mica, citric acid, baking soda, and cornstarch. So this is Madison. Madison is the one that kind of inspired the whole Malindy concept. Madison's middle name is Lindy. So we kind of crushed it all together. And this is a family business, and this is known as Malindy. So we already have everything ready, but I do want to walk you through the steps, okay? So I make my bath bombs, if we're doing just regular bath bombs, in batches that will make approximately 11 or 12. So if you over measure or under measure a little bit on the ingredients, it's not the end of the world. But what you want to do is 3 cups of citric acid, 3 cups of baking soda, and 1 cup of cornstarch. So once you put that in your bowls, I have this in 3 separate bowls because we're going to do 3 different colors on our unicorn bomb. Now our unicorn bath bomb or unicorn poop bath bomb is made in different colors every time that I make it. So it just makes it fun for the kids. Yeah, and Madison helped me pick out the colors today. So her favorite color is what?
Purple.
The purple. So she's going to work with the purple. So I get all of my pigment ingredients, micas, lakes, all of that. I get that from different suppliers online. I know that a lot of homemade bombs will have theirs made with just basic food coloring. But the thing with that is you're not going to get as vibrant colors in the bathtub, and also too it could stain your tub. So with the micas can stain your tub, so it's important.
Ours don't.
Ours don't, but the reason being, Madison, is because we use polysorbate 80. So what polysorbate 80 does is it emulsifies the product, so it brings it together so that it can join. Because a lot of your micas, except for some of the lakes aren't, like this one may not be, are oil soluble. And for our main base, we do use coconut oil. So what you want to be able to do is have your colors and your scents mixed with that so it becomes one bath.
Have we ever done 3 colors in one?
We have. So we're going to do that today. So we're going to walk through that. But one of the things is whenever we first started doing this, there was a girl at a show and we were talking about bath bombs, and she had made bath bombs, and I said, well, are you using polysorbate? And she said, no, what's that? And I said, well, it helps your oils mix in and your fragrance mix in so that you don't have it just sitting on the top of your tub and then you don't have to worry about it staining your tub. And she said, oh, well, I kind of like the shimmer on top of the bathtub. And although that may be pretty, it's not going to give you the type of bath that you would like, and it won't make cleanup as easy as you'd like. It won't make your tub as pretty.
Yeah,
exactly. Or it will make it really pretty, but it just won't change. So, and then you also want to make sure that you have your fragrances. So your fragrances you can buy from numerous places online that I buy from, or else you can also buy essential oils on Amazon.com. So a lot of people ask if our product is all natural, and the answer is no. And you have to be very careful about when you're claiming something is all natural. At least we do, because we want to make...
The FBI will show up at your house.
The FBI. So we want to make sure that the claims that we make for our products are true claims. People can claim by FDA standards that their products are all natural, but a lot of times what you're going to find is that their colors and their fragrances are synthetic. It's just right now, as an industry, there's no real definition as to what natural means. So ours are natural to the point of us using the main ingredients, and then whenever we get into the colors and the fragrances, that can be a little bit different. And then, you know, our customers like those synthetic fragrances and dupes of a lot of the popular scents out there, but again, that does make it so that it's not natural. So in our bowls, you want to make sure that you use glass, and it's important that you use glass.
It will stain plastic.
It will stain plastic, and it will also melt plastic, Madison.
What?
So yes, it melts plastic. So your oils, your essential oils and your fragrances are actually what will melt the plastic. So we want to make sure that we don't use plastic, use glass. And as you see, I have a beautiful mixture and concoction because for some reason I just could not find 3 glasses that are all the same, but that's okay. It doesn't really matter. That's not what people are going to see. So in here I have...
How beautiful bath bombs are.
Yes. So in here I have, in each bowl, I have a 1/3 of a cup of coconut oil. I don't use water, and there's a few reasons why. So with the water, you do need a preservative anytime that you put water. Yes, and sometimes it starts to look not so pretty, like it'll start to turn like a yellowish, that sort of thing. Also too, you want to make sure that if you're using any colors with vanilla in them, over time those can cause discoloration in your products. It could turn brown, exactly, Madison, or it can turn like a yellowish color. So I do use it in my bath bombs because it is a popular scent, but I don't use it in my soap because it does tend to turn your soap a really dark brown.
Because soap is more lighter over product.
Not necessarily that. I think it's more of that it is just the ingredients that cause it to interact with the oils. So I already have my Poly 80 in here. I already have my color, and then, like I said, a 1/3 cup of coconut oil. So the coconut oil is also going to help you get a really firm bath bomb. So they're going to be really easy to put in the molds, and they're going to be really easy to take out of the molds. Whenever you do use the water, it makes it a little more difficult. And I've talked to people that make bath bombs professionally, and they said they hate making bath bombs because it's very, very difficult. So if you're going to be looking into getting bath bombs that you're going to put toys in, you can get your little toys on really anywhere. I think I got these from Amazon where you can buy them in bulk. And then I also got my mold from Amazon. Now I tend to just go with one mold.
It takes less time to cure.
It takes less time because then you can take them straight out. That's correct.
It takes a day.
And then you do want to let them sit out for a day, exactly, to make sure that they're hard enough so that they're not going to break up whenever you go to package them. And then one of the things that I do, I've learned the tricks of the trade the hard way, is that make sure that you have a towel. So if you take your towel and you fold it in half, whenever you make your bath bombs, whenever you set them on there, it's not going to create the indents on your bath bombs. So you'll be able to preserve your shape. And then that way you won't have to have one bath bomb mold for every single bath bomb you're going to make. So like I said, this is unicorn poop. So the Madison's going to do the purple, and I'm going to do the pink. What I do is I kind of like baking. You want to create a well in the center. So create a well in the center. Yep. And then start to pour it in. And then what you're going to find is that your color and your oil is going to start to separate. So that's okay. So like as you can see here, it's sitting on the bottom. So once I get this mixed in a little bit, I'm just going to put a little bit of my batter in there, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to take and rub that out. Now, another trick of the trade is to always start with your lightest color first, which we did not do, but start with your lightest color first and then move on to your darker color. That way the colors don't mix, and you won't have to worry about switching out your gloves, and you won't have to worry about switching out all your utensils. Yes, absolutely. So we start mixing it up.
It feels so cool.
Yeah, it does. So kids love to do this. This is a lot of fun for the kids. It can get expensive, like I said, if you're going to end up, well, if you're going to use the right products. So I know, if you want to do it with your kids, you can just use the citric acid, baking soda, and the cornstarch, and then just use some food coloring. But like I said, it may cause a little bit of problems with your tub. And unless you want a tub with a pink ring around it, go for it. Go ahead and stick some of your batter in here, Maddie, and rub it around to get it all out of there, because you want as much of a bright color as we possibly can. So while we're doing this, you just mix it up like you're mixing a dough. And then you're going to notice that your color is going to come out nice and bright. So this is a brand new color that I'm using. This color for our pink is called...
It's like a cotton candy color.
Yeah, it's called Lollipop Mica. So it goes along perfectly with the unicorn poop scent. So unicorn poop is actually the name of the scent. I didn't make that up. But it smells like cotton candy. It's nice and sweet, and kids love it, especially little girls. But look at how pretty that pink is. It's nice and bright and really girly. The teenagers love it too. Yeah, it's the new hot thing. So then I'm going to move on here to
Literally,
our
the water's
yellow.
hot.
Well, Madison is doing that.
Literally, the water's hot when you're making it.
The coconut oil is warm, so yeah, we don't use water. We use the coconut oil, and it is a little bit warm. So once you get those in your containers, in order to get your coconut oil, this is 76-degree coconut oil. What you want to do is you want to.
It's so pretty.
You could put it in the microwave for 30 seconds and just mix all of your ingredients together. So this will give you quite a bit of time in order to work with the product. And then that way you have plenty of time to go ahead and make your bombs and not worry about the product getting stiff on you. The other problem that you can run into is if you use the alcohol in the water base, like a lot of YouTube videos and a lot of instructional videos will show you, is that your product could end up uneven, very hard to stick together, and then it could dry very, very quickly on you. So whenever you're working with something like this, where you want 3 separate colors, it can make it very difficult to do what you want it to do. So again, we're going to take our dough, kind of like baking it. You know, I got into this, and I love to bake and I love to cook, but Madison loves to like experiment and do products, and she was making slime, and I was like, you know what? I had tried soap before, and it didn't quite work out. It did. It didn't quite work out. But I'm like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and try it again.
We started off with soap and then bath bombs.
Soap and then bath bombs.
Because it was the hottest thing.
Lotion and all kinds of stuff. So we love what we do. You know, Madison comes to shows with me, and it's really, it's like cooking, you know. So if you want to, it's not always an exact science. Sometimes it is like baking, but you know, mix your scents. You can add different colors in there. You can put glitter on top if you want. You can make different shapes. So just, you know, have fun with it. And that's what we say about everything, is just have fun.
It smells good.
It smells really good. All right, so Maddie, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to double check your mix in here just to make sure it's all in there right. All right, go ahead and let go, Chica. All right. Oh, no, she did a pretty darn good job here. Got a few little lumps. But that's pretty good. No, I know you were. Okay, so what we're going to move on to next is we're going to actually mold the product. Now, whenever you plan on putting toys into your bath bombs,
you have to put a little hole.
A little hole.
And push it in.
You will, yes. So whenever you're planning on doing toys in your bath bombs, though, you'll want to make sure that you have a large enough mold. Because the problem that you're going to run into is bath bombs are very difficult to keep together, even with the coconut oil, if your mold is not large enough. So I do struggle just a tiny bit, I'm be honest with you, whenever I do my dinosaur bombs. So the way that I do the unicorn poop is, if you want to go ahead and back up, Madison, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show them. We're going to make one right here real quick. And you can still stay in the camera view if you want. But I just kind of mix it up. So put a little bit of pink and a little bit of the yellow.
The yellow and the pink look good. You should just do that by itself.
Yeah, maybe next time we will. And then a little bit of the purple. And then we're going to take our toy and we're going to smash it in there. So just kind of like you would be putting it into some sort of cookie mold, anything like that. So this one matches perfect, she says. So I just push it right down in the center. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to put a little bit of amount of more on there to cover that.
And then you do the top layer and smash it together and twist it.
Yeah, exactly. So why do you twist it?
Yeah. So it'll connect together?
Exactly, exactly. And then for bath bombs like this, you want to make sure that it does match up. So go ahead and put a little in there and then I'll finish it off for you, Chica. And then we'll move forward with actually making our bath bomb. Okay, so Madison put that in there really good. She moved it around.
It looks like a unicorn horn.
Yeah, so we're going to put another little layer here.
It looks so pretty.
All right. And then once we do that, then, like Maddie said, we're going to push them together and we are going to form the bath bomb. So now on these larger ones, they're really the size of probably 2 to 3 bombs. And so...
And also the size of a children's face.
So whenever I do this, I put it over the darkest color. So we're going to put it over this. And then just kind of...
So I'm together and it won't really show when you do the next one.
Yeah. And then I do stick my finger in there to kind of get that sharp lines.
So it won't have little blades around it.
Yeah. So to get the nice sharp lines. And then once again, we're going to push real hard. and then whenever you take it out, I always put it face down, but it's going to keep the same shape.
You have to do the flattest part.
Once you put it down there, as long as you have it on a towel, it's not going to flatten out. So I know a lot of people, yes, so a lot of people will tell you, you know, keep it in the bomb overnight. If you do use the bomb molds and you keep it in overnight, sometimes they're very difficult to remove, sometimes they'll break.
It'll dry out.
You know, it just kind of depends on what your preference is. So this is our unicorn poop bath bomb. You can check us out at malindy.com. You can also check us out on Facebook at Malindy LLC. And we have new products that are showing daily, well, almost daily. Quite frequently, we do release new products. And we do shows. We do shows. If you have any special suggestions or if you have anything that you'd like to see, please reach out to us and let us know. And as always, make sure you share your bare beauty.
Founder Square, we have a show at.